The Blackmagic Camera app is probably the most exciting app to come to the iPhone, and by the end of this video, I'm going to convince you to download it. Let's go. Yes, you heard correctly. This app is absolutely free on the iPhone. No subscription models, you know who you are, and no one-time payment. If there's one thing Blackmagic is really awesome at, is giving you free apps that are extremely powerful, like DaVinci Resolve. The second thing is we have complete exposure control on this app. So we can choose our shutter speeds over here at 1/48. We can even lock it, or we can leave it on full auto. For people that are more geared towards cinema cameras, if you go to your settings, go to your camera, you can go to shutter measurement and change it to shutter angle. Therefore, when we lock it in at 180-degree shutter angle, we're good to go in terms of motion blur. For ISO, we can also adjust that, and basically we can crank it up, we can crank it down. The third thing is we have exposure tools. So if we take a look over here, we have stuff like zebras that we can turn on and determine where we want them to show up, as well as false color, which is down here. We turn that on and we get our classic false color look. These tools are great companions to the histogram that's down here and will definitely help you get the right exposure for your videos. The fourth thing is we have control over our frame rates, and these are all very pure. So if we're at 24 frames a second, this is a cinema true 24 frames a second, not 23.97 or 98. And we have all the way from PAL 25, 30, high frame 48, all the way up to 60p. The fifth thing is we have more recording codec options than just the standard Apple in-camera app. So if we go into our settings, under the Record tab, we see that we have a codec menu. We can choose anything from ProRes 4444 all the way down to Proxy. We also have access to H.265 as well as H.264. This is great to have all these options, whether you're filming something just for YouTube, Instagram, or you might have something that's going to need a higher fidelity codec for color grading. Speaking of color grading, the sixth thing is Apple Log and how Blackmagic Camera app allows you to utilize it. So if we go into our settings, in the Record tab, under Color Space, we have our Apple Log that we can use. Now, traditionally, Apple will only let you shoot it in ProRes 422HQ, but because we have all these codecs, we can actually record it in H.265, which is awesome. But not only that, 4K 60 in Apple Log was only allowed with external recording. Not anymore. Because you're using H.265, you have access to go to 60p and get footage like this out of the camera. Being able to record 4K 60 internally while using the Apple Log is awesome. The seventh feature is you can either record the files internally into your phone, but if you don't have a lot of space, you can record externally to an SSD with a folder of your choice. Simply go into your settings, go to Media, and tell it you want to save clips to files. From here, you can select your external hard drive and go ahead and select a folder of your choosing. Number 8, if you primarily shoot vertical videos, make sure you have this setting turned on. Go to your settings, go to your camera, and simply enable vertical video. That way, whenever you do have your phone in vertical orientation, it's not going to try to record a cropped 16:9, but instead, it will record a vertical video. Lastly is number 9. You do have the ability to load in your own LUTs so that you can preview what the Apple Log looks like. Simply go into your LUTs in the settings, and you're going to have to select a LUT. From here, you can load it, and you can either AirDrop or find a way to download it onto your phone. Once you have, select the one you want to use, go into this part of your app, LUT, and turn it on. Having all of these features for free is just simply awesome. And if there's one thing Blackmagic is good at, is always doing software updates to their free apps. Because this is version 1, we do have some quirks that I'm sure they're going to fix by their next update. So the things you want to be aware of is if you're shooting in log and you turn on your LUT, my technical LUT is actually quite accurate, but as you can see right now, this is not the case. This looks very, very bad. But if you go into your media pool and you select a ProRes clip, what's interesting is the LUT will display correctly here, but for some reason, your previewing LUT is not going to be accurate. So hopefully they will fix this soon. For people that would like to use an external monitor with their iPhone, it doesn't seem to work with all monitors, and this is probably just something in the coding that they have to figure out for the HDMI out protocol. The last one is a very small nitpick in that I feel sometimes I'm clicking way too much just to get something to turn on. So, for example, if I want to turn on my false color, I have to click on the false color, then turn it on, then click back out of all of this. Versus it would be nice just to click here and then automatically turn on. There's no need for me to go back up there and click around. So just a little basic streamlining, very small nitpick. Otherwise, this app is simply awesome. So if you primarily film with your iPhone and you're sick and tired of paying subscription fees just to have basic exposure controls, go to the App Store and download the free Blackmagic Camera app right now. If you want to take an even deeper dive into this app, I got some videos for you right here.